Hello, what up guys, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to a new episode of The Road to Glory here on FIFA 18 Ultimate Team. This is episode number 11 and it is time. FUT Champions Weekend League. Oh yes, it is time. I'm not excited whatsoever. I'm actually nervous, I'm actually scared, and I don't know if we're ready. I just don't know. But before we get into the games, it's time to take a proper look at our squad. Make sure that everyone is in the correct positions to take like corners, free kicks. Giving everyone a number so that you know what number your players are can also be sometimes very useful. It's just a small thing, but it's something I would recommend you doing. Because if you've got a lot of players that have the same like player model and stuff in game, that can sometimes throw you off. Someone's got a 5-star weak foot, someone's only got a 3. You need to know who you're controlling at that point in time. And then these are the custom tactics that I've just plucked out of my head and decided to go with today. I know that I want to build up with speed and a lot of high pressure and aggression. So all of those have gone up. Passing and shooting, I figured in chance creation, yeah, I want to do a lot of that in order to get my goals. I don't necessarily cross much, so I brought that down. So I figured that this would be a good way for me to play the game. I don't know if that's correct or not. And I've got one spot on the bench open. And now, I decided it was time we bought a super sub. Someone that wouldn't feature in any of our teams, but someone that is a great player in this game. That is Heung-Min Son. Now, he's a costly super sub for the Road to Glory. Around 25,000 coins, or 24k exactly is what we paid for the Spurs winger. But he is someone that could always just sit on the bench, 4-star skill, 5-star weak foot, pace, dribbling, shooting, and in the 70th minute, if he comes on, could be a great shout. Now, I also have been recommended a few different times that Kevin Gameiro is a beast this year. He looks great. I can't quite tell whether I prefer the stats of Ben Yedder or Gameiro, because let's take a little look at them together. Ben Yedder's got less pace, but higher dribbling and 4-star skill, 5-star weak foot, whereas Gameiro's got better pace and shooting. I can't quite, but he's only got 3-star skills, 3-star weak foot. Wasn't too sure what to do, so I bought Gameiro, but I'm going to play with Ben Yedder in the first game. It's time for the weekend league. Do me a favour, guys, and smash a massive thumbs up on today's video. This is actually an extra upload. I moved the one that was up last night. That was going to go up today, but I've put this one in for you guys, so you had an extra episode of the Road to Glory to watch during your weekend. So yeah, if you could smash a like, that would be amazing. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. But our first weekend league opponent is going to be this guy with his Portuguese or Liga Portuguesa side 3-5-2 or 3-4-1-2. Like, that's an odd formation that I didn't expect to come up against in this game. It's not something I've really played a lot, so I didn't know what to expect. What he did have was an awful lot of like options in the attack. Having that extra player in midfield and the attack combined really did give him quite a bit of space. Now, just so you guys know, today's episode is actually going to be quite a heavy breakdown of what happens in my first 3 games of the weekend league, because I'll show you highlights of the other stuff along the way, but I don't want to focus heavily in depth on every single game. Let's just take a look at the first 3 games, see how we get on. Unfortunately, I go 1-0 down, and then he keeps piling on the pressure. You've not seen many attempts from me in this game so far. This guy was really doing me in, and as you can see, better pass accuracy, better possession, better shots on target, and shots in total against me. Something needed to change. So I switched up to the 4-2-3-1. I figured that would give me someone extra in the defensive midfield, and then I like the look of what I'm playing in the attacking midfield as well. Sticking Martial up front because, you know, he is Martial. He has that extra factor of craziness and luckiness. And, well, you can see what's going on here. And my first weekend league goal ends up going in the back of the net from Martial. And it's not a pretty one. It really isn't a pretty one. But we kept getting, little mini opportunities that kept getting blocked and stuff. And eventually it fell to him at the right moment. And we were able to get that equaliser in this game. So I was pretty lucky that Dumbia doesn't score this header right here. That's a little bit mad. But Tolisso to Weiser. Weiser to Goretzka. Goretzka, well, gets tackled back to Weiser. He plays it to Tolisso. Tolisso Bakayoko to Martial. To Ousmane Dembele to score the winner. And it gets blocked by the defender. Very unfortunate. We were in a good spot there to score that goal. But it doesn't quite go in the back of the net. And after 90 minutes... it is 1-1. So my first weekend league game is going to go into extra time. I decide to make a couple changes. Heung-min Son, Cuadrado and Koulibaly make their way onto the pitch. So I'm going to obviously need to deal with their fitness at some point in time. But Son instantly plays the ball to Martial. And he does low-driven that one past the goalkeeper into the back of the net. And we go 2-1 up right at the start of extra time. That is a very, very important goal. We could just hold the ball now if we wanted to try and hold on to this game. But of course, that's not really what you do. You want to go for another one. Kill the game off, right? And I nearly get it right there. A superb cross from Cuadrado and a good save from the keeper, not allowing Martial to get the goal. Son then plays it to Jonathan Tah. Martial in the box, hits the post, but in the meantime gets side down by Marcano. And we get given a penalty kick in this game. Only 5 minutes or 6 minutes into extra time. Unfortunately, I missed the penalty. This guy saves it. Now, I faked him going right, and then I turned left at the last minute, and he still guessed the correct way. So, yeah, only 2-1. I still haven't got my third goal in this game. And then we kick off the second half, and that happens. I guess he rage quit. I'm not too sure, but maybe just the timing of him pressing quit and me pressing resume match ended up looking weird. But we don't go into the second half of extra time. He quits the game, and I get my first win. 2-1 up, win the game 2-1. 1 win out of 1 game played. I like it. That's exactly what I needed. Now, I could stop there and never play a FUT Champions match again and put in my Twitter bio that I am an undefeated FUT Champions player. Or undefeated weekend league player, should we say. But obviously, I'm not going to do that. I switch to the Serie A team, and we go on into a new game here against a strong-looking side. I mean, granted, the striker's not there, but I just had a feeling on the bench that he would have someone like Cristiano Ronaldo to bring on up front. And would you believe it? This guy pauses it right at the start. We go and take a little look at what his squad is, and you can see on the bench there, the top substitute is C. Ronaldo. So I knew the bronze guy was going to be coming off, and I knew Cristiano was going to be coming on. And when that happens, this guy had some ones to watches in forms like Modric, some really, really nice players. And I thought, okay, this is not going to go well for me. Fortunately, under 15 minutes on the clock, we go 1-0 up from a goal from Strootman on his weak foot, which I definitely wasn't expecting. He stirs the pot up nicely on his celebration. But yeah, I don't know what his weak foot actually is. I thought it was pretty terrible. I thought he was a very left-footed player for some reason. Maybe I need to check on his player bio and understand that a little bit more. But we do go 1-0 up. Nani then pushes through, whips the ball in, and Perisic heads it wide of the post. How unfortunate there. Semedo and then Ronaldo combining and nearly caused an equalising goal for my opponent right here. Perisic gets his way into the box, fires it. But I think if I'd have double tapped B and hit that low driven, that would have been a goal. But as you can see, end-to-end gameplay right now. This game could have gone either way for a little bit of time, with both teams getting a lot of chances. Nani then skills him, gets it back. Perisic off the bar from the header, and it falls to Cuadrado, who just scissor half volleys that one into the back of the net, and we do go 2-0 up here. That is what I'm talking about. On the stroke of half time, getting a stroke of luck to go 2-0 up in this game. I mean, it's a great ball in and a great header from Perisic, but obviously we get quite a bit of luck there when it falls to Cuadrado and he's able to score from that angle and stuff, and the keeper doesn't save it. So 2-0 up at half-time. Now I'm feeling kind of confident, but I also know 2-0's a bad scoreline. You can come back from that so very quickly. We get a corner. Cuadrado sort of tries to cut it inside. We play it into Strootman, who tries to pass it. It comes back to him. And yeah, we do get very lucky once again there to score our third goal. You can see that this guy and his gamer tag have paused the game in the top middle of your screens right there. And when the pause finally does come into play, obviously you know what he's planning on doing. It is time for this guy to leave the match with a 3-0 loss, and I get the win. So a rage quit from game number 2. So game number 1, we have tough game. Had to change formation in order to make it right. Had to go into extra time in order to get my win, and I miss a penalty. Game number 2, we get an early second half rage quit after I score 3 goals against the guy with Cristiano Ronaldo and Modric and a really strong team. Then game number 3, we come up against this, very similar to my previous opponent. He has got the likes of Modric, Isco, Varane, Carrasco, inform Bakambu, and of course Ousmane Dembele. Now I thought I'd leave this entire game in, because it doesn't last very long. He plays it to Carrasco, he scores a goal. He runs off celebrating, and just look at the timer, it's under 5 minutes. The game just like quits out. I don't lose connection to the EA servers, and I guess this guy doesn't either. And then I go back to the menu, and it's like the game never counted. I'm not sure what happened there, but I'll take it, considering we were 1-0 down and probably going to end up losing that match. It just acted as if the game never counted. Maybe that was because I was under 5 minutes into the game. I'm not too sure, but we go straight on into another one, thanking our lucky stars that that one didn't count, because that would have been a really early loss, and I don't understand why it just quit the game. How very, very strange. Has that happened to any of you? I'll be interested to know down below in the comments. Let me know. So then we come up against this guy with his Bundesliga side. It looks kind of similar to the first one that we built. It's got the likes of Origi. I think he's got like Naby Keita and some other great players. Forsberg was someone that definitely stood out for this guy throughout the match. So was worried, because obviously if he's been able to qualify with a team like that, then yeah, he's probably going to be good. Everyone in the weekend league is going to be good, right? Pretty much. But we Berber spin with Martial and do stick that ball into the back of the net in the 31st minute. We go 1-0 up in this game. I definitely should not have been 1-0 up in, because he definitely had a better start than I did. And I like the kit. I went and bought the kit, by the way. 200 coins for the Marseille home kit. I just realised that I'm only going to play home games because I don't get the crazy shadows and stuff. As you can see, this pitch looks glorious. Really, really nice. No shadows from stands and things like that. Now, that was dumb of me. Right there, I should have played a cut pass across the goal instead of trying to take a shot after that stupid skill move. I'm trying to do too much to try to make it look good for you guys when I really need to just be scoring the goals on this game. But at half-time, we're 1-0 up against the guy we probably shouldn't be 1-0 up against. And I thought, let's make it more defensive in the second half. Let's have them 2 DMs and then have that attack that I quite like the look of anyway. So I changed to the 4-2-3-1. And then almost instantly in the second half, he wriggles through with Divock Origi and manages to equalise on me. And that threw me off, because I was expecting to be a lot more solid in defence. But actually, for the next, like, few minutes in this game, this guy really did pile on the pressure. Forsberg to Gnabry to Origi, and like Bellarabi forcing a fantastic save out of Farman right there. I'm getting lucky to not be a goal down in this particular match. I then screw up a chance with Leon Goretzka, which I definitely should have buried. And then even worse, I give a penalty away in the 75th minute. Not long left of the game, and I didn't think it was a penalty because I thought I took the ball fine. And then on second inspection of the replay, yeah, it probably is a pen. But I can see he's looking left. I'm diving left. And it still goes in. Like, I literally dove bottom left in that particular animation. And my keeper starts his dive and then stops. I'm not sure what that's all about, but what more can I do in that situation to save that penalty? Very annoyed. However, Kevin Gamero, the beast, I played him in this game instead of Ben Yedder. I thought I would change it out a little bit. He managed to score on his 3-star weak foot from the edge of the box or something, and we get the equaliser to take this one into extra time. Cuadrado, Son, and I believe Koulibaly are going to be coming on for me in this particular half, or the rest of this game, should I say. So I've made my 3 substitutes, and will I actually bring off the striker that's just scored for me, Gamero? I'd had that pause queued for like minutes, and then he scores a goal, and the first thing I do is actually bring him off. But he was a little bit tired, and I figured Heung-min Son would definitely be a great player to bring on. Son knocks it to Cuadrado, who whips in a ball, and Son gets on the end of it to create one of the best substitute goals you've ever seen in extra time. Only 5 minutes into extra time, and we do go a goal up. It's looking good for us to go 3-0 in the weekend league. That's just a lovely, lovely volley. I don't know how he's managed to score that, how the defenders haven't really got to it, but yeah, we go 3-2 up. Almost instantly, though, Walcott works his way into my box to an open Bellarabi. And that's some pretty horrific defending. I don't know what I could have done because I'm still learning the game and stuff. But then take a look at this. Bernardo Silva, another one of his substitutes, scores a complete and utter worldie against me. I was really doing my best to try and cover the runs that were being made by his strikers and wingers. And then forgot that, well, if you press B from outside the box, the ball goes in the back of the net. So what was looking extremely positive now looks extremely negative because we're 4-3 down with only 15 minutes to claw this one back. And it gets worse. Bernardo Silva does manage to stick a header at the front post into the back of the net for me to go 2 goals down. There's no clawing this one back, really, is there? It's just playing for a bit of pride now. And I get the chance with Usman. It doesn't quite fall to me properly. The rebound doesn't happen for us. And then somehow Bakambu gets in between those 2 defenders and scores a 6th goal for my opponent in the 120th minute. He goes off stirring the pot. And yeah, he's definitely claimed his victory in this particular match. Not sure how the hell that header went in. Or actually what happened for the last 20 FIFA minutes for me to end up losing that game. But eventually, yeah, we lose 6-3. FUT founder, guys obviously been playing FIFA for a long time. But to be 3-2 up in extra time and then concede 4 goals is craziness. I've got to work on the defending. But I can come away from my first 3 games of FUT Champions Weekend League kind of like holding my head high a little bit. Yeah, I was a bit stressed after that loss, but after a couple of the goals had gone in and I knew I was going to lose and that it wasn't going to be a close one in the end, it took the pressure off a little bit. I need to get the first loss at one point, right? And then I stopped playing. This was played on Friday morning to afternoon. So I would imagine only the hardcore were really on it. So I've probably done quite well to come away 2-1 right now. I'm going to continue playing on Saturday. Hopefully you'll see something from me tomorrow night, Sunday night or Monday or something like that. Another episode. I'll do my best to complete the weekend league, but it seems tough. I was knackered after those 3 games, like in my head. So I'm not sure how I'm going to eventually play 40. I'll probably completely like crumble and get like 8 wins out of 40 or something. Who knows, but I will do my best to get as many games played as possible for you guys. Do me a favour, smash a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Peace.